So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is the Mr. Media Interview, brought to you today by 1-800-DialDJs.com. If you need live entertainment for your party, wedding, bar mitzvah, or corporate event in the New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia metro area, check out 1-800-DialDJs.com for a real good time. So where was I before the commercial? Oh, yeah. I can't even talk. Mr. Media is recorded live, and that proves it, from the new media capital of the world and global headquarters of the Home Shopping Network, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Hi, welcome to the Singer House. I'm Avery Singer, and this is Coco, my puppy.
And are you going to introduce me?
You can introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm her mother.
Ramona.
The rest of the ladies may be the real housewives of New York, but Ramona Singer is also the real businesswoman of the Big Apple. Kelly Ben Simon may have shown her family jewels in the pages of Playboy, but fellow housewife Ramona Singer has used her fame to pursue a more traditional route to success. This reality TV star, seen every Thursday at 10 p.m. on Bravo, sells her True Faith jewelry collection on HSN, here in St. Petersburg, and has a store on Amazon.com called Ramona Singer Collections. Of course, if in a minute she tells me that her Maxim spread is coming up next, this whole intro is out the window, right? Anyway, check out Ramona's website to learn more about her fashion line at www.ramonasinger.com. And Ramona, welcome to Mr. Media.
Well, thank you for having me.
Delighted to have you here. Thanks for making the time. Let's jump right in. Who do you think is the who is the realest housewife on the show?
Oh, I am by sure, definitely. Because I don't pretend, I'm not trying to be something for the cameras. I am what I am. I show it all, the good, the bad, the ugly, and I own whatever I do. And my mouth gets me into trouble, but I never do anything to be malicious.
That's damned honest. Thank you. Why even expose yourself to all this? Has the payoff been worth it?
Well, I did it really to expose TrueFaithJewelry.com, and then because of the show, it got my own line on HSN, and I love being in St. Petersburg where you are. It's like my new favorite place to go to, and I'm having fun with it. I'm actually liking it. I mean, I just did a little thing for Rachel Ray yesterday where I exchanged my day with another housewife. It was like wife swapping or housewife swapping. I think I was made for this. I have fun. I'm having fun.
I'm trying to. Okay, now I'm thinking you didn't mean it this way, but now I'm thinking about you and Rachel Ray involved in wife swapping. That sounds kind of interesting.
No, it was. It was a sitcom. There's a woman who lives in Manhattan. She's divorced with 2 kids, lives a very simple life. She struggles, lives in a very small, very tiny walk-up apartment. She sleeps on the couch every day. And so I lived her life for the day, and she lived mine. And it was really funny to see it. They filmed it, we talked about it, and it was hysterical.
All right. Well, and I asked you who the realest housewife is. Who's the least real in the group?
I think Luann.
Why?
She doesn't really show who she is. She's totally different off camera than she is on. She can be a lot of fun off camera, and she just tries to be something she's not, Even Bethany alluded to it, in one of the first episodes. If you can just be yourself.
It must take a lot of work with all the cameras, as often as the cameras follow you guys around, to hide who you are.
Some people just, first of all, we get scheduled appointments. So it's not like we're filming 24/7. So maybe we'll be filming 3-4 times a week for several hours. But, you're supposed to be yourself. And just some people, I don't know. I don't want to really get into it. I mean, I respect Luann. She's a great mother. She's going through something difficult. But like I said, some people are more comfortable in front of the cameras, and some people they can own their own personality. They're more comfortable, with themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Especially if you're not living with the cameras around the clock, you can kind of manage your expectations.
Right. But everyone I have to say, really exposes themselves more this season. I mean, you're going to see it happen that you're going to say, OMG, OMG. And, I can't even wait to watch every episode that comes up. I wish I could have all the next 8 right now so I could just go through a marathon myself.
Now, I was reading that you have, a lot of people think this is going to be a very big season for you. Can you give us a taste of what's coming up?
You mean for me personally?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know what happened was my father passed away, and it kind of started with that. I basically renewed myself. I renewed my look. I'm renewing my vows with my husband on the show. I've renewed my careers, and I'm just even renewing the way I relate to all the women on the show. I mean, the fact that I have not taken sides between Jill and Bethany really says a lot. I'm still friendly with them both. I was friendly with them both throughout the whole show, and I'm just trying to be just what's the word? To really appreciate my relationships and just be a better person. Of course, you know, I can't be perfect, and I do mess up by saying certain things on the show, and even in real life, because that's who I am, but never to be malicious.
I think that it seems like the Big Housewives controversy of the moment, unless I'm behind, is Alex's admission that while pregnant she drank whenever she had a craving. I wondered, were you surprised by this, or is she just trying to sell books?
I heard something about that, and I didn't really speak to her. I saw the other night. I mean, I know myself, my doctor said I could have a glass of wine with a meal. So with my daughter, I had a glass of wine with every meal, you know. It relaxed me. I'd have a glass of white wine or red wine, and my daughter's perfectly healthy. Mm-hmm. You know, my mother had 4 kids, and she was always, you know, serving healthy food and everything, and she used to have scotches at night. Not a lot, maybe one drink, 1 or 2. I think as long as you drink with the meal, you do, you know, what's good for you and what you feel comfortable with your doctor. I don't think, you know, having 1 drink a day with your meal is harmful.
Well, and
that's my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own. And I think that's what she was saying. She would have a drink with a meal. I hope that's what she was saying.
I think any guy who's had a pregnant wife in his life would probably appreciate that on occasion, maybe not a bad idea to let her have a sip of something to calm down. That's just me,
though. Exactly. It was funny because you know what? Actually, I lost my taste for alcohol when I was pregnant. So my husband would say, "Okay, you're allowed 1 glass of wine with your meal, and that's it." I go, "Okay." So he would always try to take half of it, and actually, I didn't even care because personally, I lost my taste for alcohol, and actually, I just started to drink like gallons of fruit juice a day. That's what I liked.
Okay. Well, and what about while we're running through the roster? Did you see Kelly's photos in Playboy?
I only saw the cover, and I thought she looked great on the cover. It's something I personally wouldn't do because I have a young daughter, and I think it sends the wrong message. But, you know, everyone has freedom of choice, and that's what makes the U.S. so good.
It's interesting sometimes. The magazine will go with a, I don't want to say real mature, because, I mean, we're not talking about anyone who's that terribly old, but
Hey, I'm a little older than her, and you're going to see me in some episodes in my bikini, and I think I look pretty damn good. So
really?
Watch where you're going with.
Well, no. Actually, what I was going to say is, and I guess it's my own age. I'm 49. I like to see women, you know, that are grown up instead of children sometimes. So, you know, I can appreciate that she did.
Okay.
So, are we?
Yeah, no, I mean, she has a beautiful body.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So, we are going to see you in Maxim. Is that what you're saying? You're doing bikini, huh?
No. We do it's like 2 episodes in St. John, and basically when you're out, in the Caribbean, you just live in a bathing suit. So I was like living in a bikini morning, noon, and night, basically.
Wow.
We all were.
Now,
and we all got a little crazy too.
Have you ever had any regrets about exposing so much of your life on the show? And how? And as you answer that, how will that pay off when the show eventually comes to an end? How will it be to live with whatever you've done on the show?
No, I'm totally comfortable with everything I've done. There's certain things that are edited that kind of personify a different way that I wish they wasn't edited, but I have to own what I did, and, you know, I'm very comfortable with who and what I am. I did this show as a family decision. We discussed it, you know, my husband, my daughter, and I. We decided it would be good to do for certain reasons, for, you know, business opportunities. But now, more than the business, I'm actually having fun. I'm enjoying it, and it opens a lot of doors. I get invited to, you know, better parties, and it's, you know, been married 18 years. I have a great marriage. We're renewing our vows. But it's a little, you know, doing the show is a little spicy. Adds a little spice to my life. It's fun.
Very good. Well, folks, listen, you can catch Ramona Singer every Thursday night this spring at 10 p.m. in The Real Housewives of New York on Bravo, and catch up with episodes you've missed, I believe, at Hulu.com, or you can order the DVDs at MrMedia.com. And while we're giving out URLs, don't forget to check out Ramona's website and check out all of her fashion collection and all the rest, www.ramonasinger.com. And Ramona, thank you so much for joining us on Mr. Media.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank
you. Good to talk to you. Good luck. And folks, for more interviews with your favorite TV stars and film stars, you can surf over to our main website, www.mrmedia.com. That's where you can listen to my earlier conversations with Kirk Douglas, Billy Bob Thornton, Ted Ramey, Nathan Fillion, Christian Slater, Alicia Cuthbert, Ali Sheedy, Anthony Head of Merlin and Buffy, and many more. And please take advantage of this great offer for Mr. Media radio listeners. Go to www.audiblepodcast.com/mrmedia to get a free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up today. Again, that's www.audiblepodcast.com/mrmedia, Mr. Media, for your free audiobook. Subscribe to Mr. Media on iTunes and you'll never miss a show. Just search Mr. Media Interviews from within iTunes and subscribe for free. You can also listen with a piece of string and a tin can in many locations. If you've got an idea for a guest, email me directly at bob@andelman.com. You can also follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Andelman or facebook.com/Andelman. Thanks so much for joining us today. Always appreciate when you give up a little piece of your day and come spend it with us. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hey, everybody. This is Bob Andelman from Mr. Media. First of all, I want to thank you for years of support listening to this show. We're starting our 6th year. It's hard to believe our 6th year as 2012 starts and heading towards our 1,000th online podcast, audio and video. It's pretty amazing, frankly. I remember starting it several years ago thinking this will never last. And podcasts, that's as stupid a word as blogging. But here we are, starting our 6th year and heading up to 1,000 interviews. And I want to thank everybody for listening and supporting the show. I also want to tell you that one of the things that's been very helpful for this show is Stitcher Radio. Yes, this is sort of a commercial. Now, there are millions of smartphone apps in the world, but I only use one several times a day, Stitcher Radio. I build my own radio station to listen to broadcast and online shows when I want and in the order I want. CNN News Update, Onion Radio News, WTF with Mark Maron, MSNBC's Morning Joe, Studio 60, the TechCrunch headlines, and, of course, Mr. Media. It's free. It works on iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Palm Pre, and much more. And you can get it for free for yourself. Try it out. I guarantee you're going to love it. Stitcher.com/mrmedia. That's Stitcher.com/Mr. Media. You're going to love it. And thanks again for supporting the show.